Hey, so welcome to my new YouTube series. Had a little bit of free extra time, so I thought, why not get back into RuneScape? I started a brand new account, level 3, nothing. And unfortunately, I didn't choose Iron Man, but I did play this account very much like an Iron Man throughout this playthrough, as you will see. There we go. Beautiful first piece of loot. Chef's hat, chef's kiss, mwah, just like that. Yeah, so I have a few mates that play this game actually, and I thought I'll get into it as well since they all play. This is one of them here, and my mate here is maxed out with every skill. I did agree to take their money just to buy a bond because I would have paid for it with real money anyway. But I've also decided that throughout this playthrough, I will not accept any real handouts. So now you might be asking the question, what is the goal with this account? Well, to be honest, when I first started the account, I didn't have an idea either. But while I was playing the account and doing some quests, I thought maybe completing all the quests would be a good goal to have, because there is no way I'm going to get 99 in every single skill within the next few years, and that is a guarantee. So as of this point, as of this recording, the main goal of this account is to complete every single quest in RuneScape. This right here is a certified gamer moment. You just hit 5 attack, and for the first time you got your steel scimitar. You're equipped with a weapon of mass destruction, about to kill a bunch of chickens with huge hit markers, and by huge I mean at least 3 damage. This is exactly why we level up attack. This is why we level up our strength, to hit big numbers. Everyone likes more damage. I mean, killing these chickens has me feeling kind of bad and hungry at the same time. But more than anything, it's got me reminiscing back to when I was playing free-to-play RuneScape as a 12-year-old kid. In the neighborhood, there was one kid, I remember, a kid by the name of, I'll go with the letter R, so just not to give away his real identity. But R was the only kid in the neighborhood that had a membership. And the rest of us plebs did not have membership because we couldn't get our parents' credit cards and we didn't know how to use a phone properly. So we'd always go to R's house to watch him play RuneScape on a members server in the members areas, thinking, man, if I was a member, you know what I could achieve? I could do so much. But instead, here I am killing chickens to get 40 attack to use a rune simi. Obviously chickens and cows, but you know, much of a muchness. But yeah, back in the day, I remember being quite, not jealous, but envious of I wanted the membership as well. I didn't know how good he had it until I finally got my first membership. I think I was definitely at least 18 years old, and I probably bought it with my own money, but who's to say? I can't really remember. In saying that though, playing as a member versus playing as a free-to-play player is a completely different ballgame. If you're someone out there who's never played as a member, at least try it one time. You know, if you get enough GP to buy a bond, or you have a friend who can literally give you a small loan of $1 million, get a bond, play for a bit, and you'll see how different the game actually is. It opens up a lot of opportunities and avenues of leveling up different skills, quests, etc. And this is not a plugin or a sponsor to get membership, but it is a very different game. It feels a lot better to play the game as well. And on that note, when was the first time you got membership? And the real question, did you pay for it yourself through legitimate means, or did you steal your parents' credit cards? Leave a comment down below letting me know which one, and I promise I won't report you to the police or your parents. Alright, so maybe I should talk a little bit about the video and what's going on in the background here. So up until this point, you've been seeing what I've been doing from Tutorial Islands up until these first few beginner free-to-play quests. So on my goal of completing all the quests in RuneScape, I thought it would be best to actually just follow a quest guide. Back in the day, you know, when you were playing old school RuneScape, or RuneScape as it was back then, there wasn't really an inbuilt quest guide like this optimal quest plugin with RuneLite. And subsequently, none of us had to use it, or none of us could use it. But now that we have this quest guide, I don't see any reason of not using it. It only saves you a shit ton of time in a game that's designed to literally eat up your time. So I'm using the quest guide, and if you got a problem with that, well, damn dude. What can I say? So we started doing these quests, following the quest guide one by one, after getting a few skills up, getting our bond, and getting a steel scimitar, of course, do some real damage. But now I thought I'd go to Barbarian Village and get my first 10k stack, because it's kind of hard to complete all these quests without GP. Now I could go around the world and gather all the items required within each quest, which is definitely doable, but again, it just takes up too much time. And it's not like I don't really have the time to do it, it's rather it's more that I'd spend it on something a little bit more meaningful in terms of the journey of playing this account, i.e. completing the quests themselves, as opposed to gathering the 10 different items I need across the world to complete the quest. And it's not all quests, of course. Some quests are very easy to cater towards in terms of their requirements, but in the case of the quest at the start of the game, where it requires you to make bread and get wool, etc., if it's possible to just kind of pick them up from the Grand Exchange, I'd rather just do that. So I thought having a quick bank stack would help with that, and it definitely did in the long run. So here I am collecting my 10k and moving on to my next quest. Completing these quests really reminded me how difficult it actually was back in the day for me to complete these quests. I don't even remember completing these quests, to be honest. Like nowadays, I literally went to the GE and bought all 4 beads for Imp Catcher and completed it almost instantly. Whereas, you know, if we're talking about when I completed it back in my original account, I would have had to collect all these beads individually from the imps. And as you know, that can take quite a while because these imps barely drop the beads, and when they do, it's probably not the one that you want. So it turns out that first 10k stack of GP that I had wasn't enough to satisfy my needs, both financially and otherwise. So I thought about making money another way. That Prince Ali quest gave me an idea. I had to turn onions for yellow dye as a requirement for that quest, and I realized how expensive yellow dye actually was. So I said to myself, I could just buy onions en masse and make some yellow dye, and this could definitely give me some, you know, quick sweet cash, and it did. And once I had that money, as you can see now, every time I went to a general store and I saw items like a wizard hat or something, I'd buy it if it sold much higher on the Grand Exchange, as it did, for example, with these hats. So this is a common theme throughout the video, that you will see me inspecting the price of almost every single item in a general store as to make some quick money. When you're a brokey like me and you ain't got $1 to your name, or you haven't subscribed to Top G's Hustlers University, this is the way that you make your cash. This is the way you're going to be able to afford your Bugatti. Now, just a quick editor side note here. When I was recording this video initially, I had the video settings incorrectly set up to capture the screen, so I was kind of capturing every single item on the screen, including my taskbar, the top of Rune Light, and the side of Rune Light. Since having edited this video, I've been able to play around with the settings and kind of come up with a way of recording so that these aren't in the shot prior to editing, which will make future videos a little bit easier to edit, but also easier to watch. The second thing is, you'll probably see that the Rune Light quest guide is also on the video screen, and that is because I wasn't able to consistently keep that out of the shot while I was recording, because I didn't realize how it would look during editing. So for this video, please bear with me. It's my first time editing a RuneScape video and editing a project like this as a whole. If you do have any suggestions or ideas on how I could make these videos a bit better, or what you would like to see more of or less of in upcoming videos, do also leave that down below, as that will help me make this content more enjoyable for you to watch. While this is somewhat of a diary, a memoir to my own adventures, I also want it to be enjoyable for you viewers and RuneScape enjoyers out there as well. Watching this cutscene during Daddy's home had me feeling some kind of way. Mainly because it made me realize that having a house in real life is actually quite a difficult process. It's very expensive. I mean, in-game, everyone kind of has a house. We're all building our own furniture with our bare hands, but as you know, it kind of doesn't work that way in real life. And so I'm sitting here playing this game thinking, man, it would be very nice to have a house one day. But for now, that's just a thought. Let's get back to the video. Here I am building furniture for this dude in RuneScape. Or should I say this daddy-o, and failing miserably at building a goddamn table multiple times in a row. But I did get a construction level up, which means the next time I get some IKEA furniture, I'll be able to complete it with less difficulty. when this mugger attacked me for the first time, the thoughts going through my head is, I wonder what happened in this guy's life. Why is he so down bad that he has to attack every single stranger that walks past? But then I thought, you know what? I'm not a therapist, at least not in game. I'm gonna kill this dude and solve his problems that way. Only to find out that he was carrying a rope the whole time. So, am I the bad guy for having killed this man? Or should I have offered him some friendly advice to set him on the right track, to better himself as a person, to better himself as a citizen of Gillinor? I guess we'll never know. He's dead now, isn't he? Now, if you have a look at my inventory, you'll notice that I have a bunch of nails, wooden planks, cloth, steel bars, and other miscellaneous items like that. Now, some of these items I bought by myself from the general store or the merchant at the sawmill, and others I got as rewards from quests that I completed so far. My mentality going into this was, I will sell these items now and make some quick cash to buy other items that I need for other quests. Even though these items will be useful for me at some point in time, I don't really need them now. So I'll sell them now, buy them again later when I do need them. Fixing the broken railing in this dwarf cannon quest really taught me some life lessons about metalwork. Now, if you realize in this clip right here on screen, every time I tried to fix this railing with my shield on, it wouldn't work. It ended up damaging myself, right? So I kept trying, and every single damn time, I hit myself. I hurt myself. And that's because I had a shield in my other hand. When was the last time you saw a tradie fixing a fence outside with a shield in one hand and a hammer in another hand? Never. As you can see, I took the shield off and bang, instantly the fence was fixed. Right? And I thought, man, this might be just a coincidence. Nah, it wasn't. Look at this. Next one, bang, fence is fixed. One hit, no shield. So next time you're completing Dwarf Cannon Quest on one of your Iron Man characters or your alts, make sure you don't have a shield on, right? Because that's just a trick to the quest. And obviously, just to put it out there, this didn't work on every single fence. I did edit it in a way that one of the other failures wasn't in the video. But let's just think that that didn't happen and that all the fences were fixed in one shot when the shield was taken off. How crazy is that? Right, so here I take a little break from questing to get my agility up. Because I realized that every time I was running, my energy was depleting so fast. Like within 30 seconds to a minute, and I'm regenerating at a rate of 14 to 15 minutes per 100 stack, I think. And I realized, or rather I was made aware of the fact that your energy regeneration increases with your agility level. So while I was already near the gnome agility course, I thought I might as well get my agility up to save myself some time in the long run. Now, of course, the smart move would have been to buy some stamina potions to help me with my energy problems throughout my quests. But as you know, stamina potions can be quite expensive for some players and definitely for newer players like me. So I said, stuff that, mate. I'm going to increase my agility to not have to worry so much about energy regeneration. And maybe buy some stamina potions in the future. So besides those green dogs in the stronghold of security that almost bonked me on the head to give me my first death in RuneScape, this quest here, the waterfall quest, was the other time where I felt pretty unsafe. These moss giants, for example, bam, 7 hit to the head, right to the dome. I thought I was going to die because, as you can see, I had no food in my bags, and I think I only had one sour almond brew to kind of use sparingly to survive. So yeah, quests were definitely getting more difficult in terms of risk, in terms of chance of dying, and I did not come prepared. You gotta ask yourself, who makes the chicken in this game only heal 3 health? Like, think about it. When was the last time you were able to eat a whole ass roast chicken and not feel completely stuffed, right? Who designates the hit point recovery to the items in this game? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. A whole chicken should give you more health than berries. Ah, the sweet embrace of death. My first death on this account, actually. And here I am, talking to death himself. I don't remember having to do this in the past with RuneScape, but I guess it's a nice change. I thought I'd buy myself some jugs of wine, as I've come to find out that wine actually heals you for 11 hit points per stack. And my max health is 11, so each jug of wine should heal me back up to full, even if I do get bonked for a 10. Although, I also came to find out that I can use these rats that are near the door to this fire giant pit to take aggro so that the fire giants won't hit me as I run through. Thanks to my mates for pointing this out and giving me that mad advice. While the fire giants were busy in the gym getting their muscles strong, to do more damage to me, I was in the library getting my brain strong so that I could avoid their damage in the first place. If someone was to ask me a month ago if I'd see myself playing RuneScape today, I probably would have said, yeah, nah bro, I think I'm good. But I'm kind of glad that I got back into RuneScape. As I said previously, I was mainly a free-to-play RuneScape player, which meant that I didn't really get to experience a lot that this game had to offer. But playing it again now from the start as a member has kind of given me a different take or a different opinion of RuneScape as a whole. I'm finding the experience a bit more enjoyable this time around, now that I have a lot more options of things I can do, quests I can complete, and so on. So a few minute lesson about flinching, safe spotting, and true tile positioning from my friends. I was able to slowly whittle down this Khazad warlord using only fire magic and defeat him to complete the Tree Gnome Village quest. Having returned those green orbs of protection to the Tree Gnome Village and talking to King Bolrin once again, my quest was now complete. Order had been restored and the gnomes can continue gnoming as they once were. I found myself having a fascination for killing these little imps, mainly because they drop beads, and again I was in some serious need of some gold pieces. So I thought, why not use this as an opportunity to increase my magic level while also getting a chance at collecting more beads. And as you can see in my inventory right now, I have 4 different beads. That's almost 10 kgp. As they say though, there is no rest for the wicked. Quickly I found myself having to run into the fight arena to save some dude from getting his skull bashed in by a giant. Now here again I found out that safe spotting was also possible with this quest behind this bone pile on the screen. I used this same bone pile to kill every single challenger in this fight arena, only to become the glorious, victorious champion of this fight arena. Only to find myself fleeing at the very last second, as any good hero should and would do in the same situation. Now with the fight arena completed and my attack level increased to 40, we all know what this means. Both free to play and members players alike both know what happens when you hit 40 attack. You get a massive power boost. But before I could go buy my new weapon, I had to get some bread, some cake, to make some quick cash with my bake sale. Weapon acquired. The weapon of mass destruction was now firmly within my grasp. We all know what happens when someone has a taste of a little bit of power. They need more. They want more. So quickly I found myself pickpocketing the ham members at the ham hideout for a chance at an easy clue scroll, because I knew there were unbound treasures to be had from these easy clue scrolls. And let me tell you something, boy was I wrong. This easy clue scroll was absolutely dog shit. As you can see, my first ever clue scroll gave me 5 nature runes and 46 earth runes. What the hell is that? That is absolute scam. I want a refund. Jagex, please give me some new rewards next time. I will settle for nothing less than gold trimmed wizard robes, at the very least. More imps also meant more chances at completing my colourful anal bead collection. Now you know what they say, there ain't no party like a monk party. And that definitely was true in this case. After helping those monks, through some strange twist of fate, I found myself falling into a devil's cult. And from the pits of hell, I found myself in the pits of sheep hell. Now let me tell you something, and no pun intended, but this quest was the most toxic quest I've completed in RuneScape so far. I was prodding this one blue sheep for at least 5 minutes before I could actually figure out how to get it to the pen. Maybe this was penance for me killing that beggar man previously, or signing my soul away to the devil as part of the Hazel cult. Either way, I knew now that my debt was paid, and that I could only have good luck from here on out. I guess it was now time to collect my paycheck and leave this toxic city for once and for all. It was time to turn things around. I would no longer be a force of evil, but a force for good. Completing this quest, I found out that these wizards were actually trying to tame and capture this homunculus for its powers. So quickly I taught it the ways of magic, so that it could be free. It could get revenge on its captors. After saving my new homunculus friend from certain lifelong servitude, I came to realize that I didn't quite know what this homunculus's motives actually were. However, after activating this altar and seeing a half swordfish, half chicken walk towards me, I started to have some questions. I tried to kill it, but as you can see, this sword chick was a force to reckon with, and it almost fucked me up.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I narrowly escaped that labyrinth and was on my way to complete my final quest for the day, the Druidic Ritual. After completing the Druidic Ritual, I thought this would probably be a good point to wrap up this episode. And on that note, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you were able to stick it out through to the end, you're an absolute legend, mate. I'll see you all in the next episode of my RuneScape adventures. But until then, say good day to the not so friendly beggar south of the Eastern Varrock Bank, because he might also be going through some tough times. Thank you.